To pick the best captain for Game Week 22, we're going to analyse all of the underlying stats, have a look at the quality of the opposition's defence, compare the probability of each player scoring or assisting, and have a look at the amount of time each player has had to rest before the match. Last game week we put the captain's armband on Raheem Sterling, and unfortunately he was a victim of the pep roulette, so we did have to go to our vice captains, which was lucky if you had Salah. This week we've got 3 premium midfielders on the shortlist. We've got Bruno Fernandes up against Southampton at home, Mohamed Salah up against Brighton at home, and Raheem Sterling with the only away match on the shortlist against Burnley. Salah has got the most goal and assist points per 90 minutes by 0.5, and Raheem Sterling, as we mentioned on previous videos, is completely slacking this season. By looking at the underlying stats, we can see why Salah has got so many return points per 90 minutes. He's got the highest non-penalty expected goal figure by 0.06, whilst Bruno has got the highest amount of expected assists by 0.2. Whilst he's got the highest non-penalty expected goal involvement by 0.06, it's actually Salah who takes the lead in terms of expected FPL return points per 90 minutes. The reasoning for this is because you get 5 points for a goal and 3 points for an assist. The Egyptian has the most goals per 90 minutes by 0.25 and the most overall returns per 90 minutes. He has almost 1 per game. Bruno does top the assists per 90 minutes by 0.11 though. Moving on to the penalty appeal, Bruno will more than likely take one for United. We know that Rashford takes the odd one, but it does tend to be Fernandes. Salah will probably take one for Liverpool, but it does depend on if Milner's on the pitch as well, and I doubt Sterling will take them for City. He's took them before, but his record is absolutely shocking. Based on the stats, Sterling's opponents Burnley have the worst defence on the shortlist. That is a contrast to previous seasons, whereas Salah's opponents Brighton have actually conceded the most goals per 90 minutes. They are underperforming their expected goals conceded by 0.3 per 90 minutes. But as expected, it is the Clarets who have the lowest chance of getting a clean sheet this game week. Brighton are just 2% more likely to get a clean sheet than them, and Bruno's opponents Southampton are 2% more likely to get a clean sheet than Brighton, so there's not much in it, there's just 4%. Salah has the highest probability of scoring by 5%, and Fernandes has the highest probability of assisting by 6%, but there is more weight on the goals like we mentioned earlier on in the video, so Salah wins on this one as well. He also has the highest probability of returning this game week with a 65% chance. Not only does he have the best odds, he's got the highest Fantasy Football Hub points predictions by 0.8, and the highest Fantasy Football Fixed points predictions by 0.1 as well. Despite having a reasonable fixture, it's fair to say at this point that Sterling is the weakest candidate on the shortlist, but one thing that does work in his favour is that he didn't play in City's last match, so he'll have plenty of time resting before this match if he does play. Fernandes and Salah are at a slight disadvantage because they played in their last match, but to be fair, there is more uncertainty on whether Sterling will play or not. Okay, so I've come to a conclusion. This player has the highest non-penalty expected goals figure, the most expected FPL return points per 90 minutes, the most goals per 90 minutes, the most overall return points per 90 minutes. He might be on penalties. He's got a home fixture against the team who have conceded the most goals per 90 minutes on the shortlist. He's got the highest goal odds, the highest overall return odds. He's got the most Fantasy Football Hub points predictions, the most Fantasy Football Fixed points projections, and he's in good form. The best captain for Game Week 22 is Mohamed Salah.